Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to teach you how to replace the battery and how to tell if you need a new battery in your Garmin Nuvi 200 series GPS. This is a 205W, but the procedure is the same on 255, 65, 275, 200. They basically are all similar GPS units. Okay, so let's get started. First, I have 3 of these and that I need to change the battery. So obviously I'm gonna just change on one of them and take a video of it done. I don't have to do 3 videos on each one, but I'm going to show you how to tell whether you need a new battery or you don't need a new battery before you change the battery, and also where to get the batteries. Now, I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is an unbiased review. You can get these aftermarket batteries. These are aftermarket, they're not original Garmin, from eBay. You can search eBay. I'm not supporting a specific seller, just search on eBay. Search, type down battery for Garmin Nuvi 200, battery for Nuvi 255, 265, 205. They're all the same. The battery is 3.7 volts and it's 1250 milliampere hour or 1200 milliampere hour. Some are 1100 milliampere hour, depending on what kind of a Garmin you have. And the Garmin original battery is also, this is the Garmin original battery. This one is also 1.24 ampere hour, and this one is 1.25 ampere hour. These are the aftermarket replica or replacement. Okay, so how do we tell if we need a new battery? In order to tell if you need a new battery, it's not that you turn it on and you unplug it, it turns off, that means your battery is bad. That's not a good way to tell, because even if the unit runs for a few minutes, it could still have a bad battery. If the unit runs for 15 minutes and then dies, it still has a bad battery. Question is, how can you tell if your battery is bad? That's what we are learning today. Okay, so what we do is you click and hold on the battery icon where the battery icon is supposed to be. Now in this unit, the battery icon is supposed to be there. Why don't I have the battery icon? Because it's running off of the power, and as soon as I unplug it, it will turn off because it doesn't have enough juice to sustain it for even a second. So you could see the battery icon. The minute I unplug it, it's gonna turn off. That's why you don't see the battery icon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the screen brightness to maximum so the unit doesn't flicker. The flickering comes from the screen not being all the way bright. Now at this level of brightness, it doesn't flicker, but the battery icon is right there. Just to show you, I'm gonna, just for a second, I'm gonna unplug it. See how quickly it will die? See that? How quickly it died? It died. That's it. Did you see the battery icon where it was? That's where we have to press and hold for 30 seconds in order to get to the battery diagnostic screen, from which we can tell if we need to replace the battery. Alright, so that's where our battery icon is, and that's where we're going to press and hold. Now I'm going to put my finger, press and hold, don't let go. Press and hold there, don't let go. There you go. This is your battery diagnostic page. In your battery diagnostic page, right here, let me get a pen. Right here, it tells you the battery current limit. The current limit means the amount of electrical current required to charge the battery. This battery may be good. This may be good because if the battery current is below 530 milliamperes, this is the unit of measurement is milliamperes, by the way. 530 means half an amp. 500 milliampere means half an amp. So 530 is 0.53 amps. If the battery current is less than 500 milliamperes or 530, that is a defective battery. If this current is high, it could be a good battery depending on how long the charge lasts. If this current is lower than 530 milliampere, the battery is automatically presumed defective because it is chemically unable to accept or acquire charge. But if it's chemically able to acquire charge, it doesn't necessarily make it a good battery. It makes it a candidate for a good battery. And then the second test is the duration of how long it will last. Even if it holds a charge, how long it will last. This battery has been confirmed bad because although it does hold a good current, it does charge fully, but the charge doesn't last long. So I'm going to replace it. Okay, so let's turn this off. Turn off. And we are going to replace it. How do you replace it? We need to open the unit by removing the sticker and opening the two screws that are underneath the sticker. Okay, we remove the screws. Now we will remove the sticker. Now we will remove the screws. To remove the screws, you need a star-shaped screwdriver. What size do we need? Let's see. We need a T5. The size is T5. Let's put this in a little container. Okay, both screws are out. Now we have to crack it open. How do you open it? Human nails is the best thing to crack this open, or a guitar pick, but do not use metallic screwdrivers or anything because you will scratch the body and you will damage it. So you simply put your nails together and pry it open like this. And I'm gonna do it from a higher angle so you can see better. Like this and like that. So that is how you pry the puppy open. Once you have it open, you need to remove the clear plastic. See the clear plastic right here? You have to remove this clear plastic in order to unplug the cable, the screen cable. This is the screen cable. You have to flip it open. Let me zoom in so you can see better. So you see the screen connector there? This screen connector needs to flip open this way. Watch. Like that. You open it like that and there you go. It's out. See that? It's out. Now, put the screen aside, and once you put the cable back in, you close it this way. So basically, this is the movement it does. Open position, close position. You have to leave it in open position in order to insert the new cable. I mean, insert the screen back in. But right now our business is with the battery. In order to gain access to the battery plug, you have to open these 4 screws to remove the cover. To open those 4 screws, you simply need a Phillips screwdriver. Let's get a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, the Phillips screwdriver is oh, there's one more. My bad. 4 Phillips screws. Okay, also this little button, this is the on off switch. It comes off from here, so you have to put it back. You know, don't lose it basically. I'm not putting it back yet. After I'm done, you have to put it back there. Okay, so now we will unplug these two screws. Remember, two screws, two plugs you need to unplug, and you need to remember that one is a speaker wire and the other one is a battery wire. The battery wire has 3 cables, whereas the speaker wire has 2 cables. You need to unplug both of these and do it very carefully so you don't damage the connector. So what I do is I apply very gently from the cable and then help it with a little screwdriver to slide out like this. Basically apply pressure and like this. Same with this one, apply pressure and like that and push it. So it's push and pull type of a mechanism to remove it. Push and pull. Okay, let's go back, zoom out, and now we will remove this guy. This guy is glued, simply glued. You need a flat screwdriver, put it in and twist it slightly. That's all it is. It's all glue, nothing magical about it. Once you remove this battery, what you need to do is you need to use 3M or any, it doesn't necessarily have to be 3M, a double-sided tape is what you need to use. So I'm gonna use a 3M double-sided tape. You can get these off of eBay. All these things you can get it off of eBay. And if you cannot find this, guess what? You can recycle that one. I'm gonna teach you how to recycle. Let me remove the other side. This is a double-sided tape, so it has tape on both sides, and I had to peel off both sides, you know. Now if you cannot get that tape or you don't have access to it, this is reusable, although it doesn't look like it is, but I have done that. I have reused it. You simply get a corner of it, and then you just peel it. You have to have long nails. Trust me, I've done it. There. I took this out. This is extremely sticky. Extremely sticky. See? Sticks there. Sticks there. Extremely sticky, both sides. But since I have fresh ones, I don't necessarily have to use this. Just in case you couldn't get it, you can use that one. Now what we do is we put the replacement battery. Remember that the cable has to reach this plug. So if you have enough room, you could put it this way as long as it reaches. If not, you have to put it this way so that your cable reaches. Now in my case, I have plenty of cable. Plenty of cable. See, the cable goes this way. I have plenty. So in order to not have too much wire hanging on this side, too much wire, I'm gonna go from this way, put it this way. See, now I have plenty of wire and the wire is organized on that side instead of hanging here. Now, normally this doesn't come off. That 3M double-sided tape is really, really strong. It doesn't come off. But I'm always extra careful. To do overkill, I'll put another tape here. You know, just to be super, super careful. It's never, you can never be too safe when it comes to electronics. Safety is very important. Okay, so now we will put back these cables just like we did before. Let's zoom in. So we will put the battery power first. Oops, upside down. Remember, the smooth surface goes up on these models. This is not the case with all different models. In this model, the smooth surface is up, and the other side with all the pins that showing up it goes to the bottom. So this side is up. Same with this one. The smooth is up. There, my hands are dry. I could use a little bit of what do you call that, hand lotion. Okay, now we are putting it back together. It's reassembly time. Putting it back together. Make sure those little dots pop, and make sure your USB port comes out of the correct spot, and make sure it's all fully seated before you put the screws back in. Make sure it's fully seated. Now we will put the screws back in. Putting the screws back in. Okay. Now, always when I install a battery, I write the date of the battery installation. It's good for me for future, so I know when it's the time for me to replace the battery again. There are a lot of features on these older Garmins that are not available on the newer ones. So these are not trash. Fix these Garmins, and you could get like with older Garmins, you could install third-party unlocked maps of any country in the world, whereas with the newer ones that they're limited to original Garmin maps. You know, you can't put third-party unlocked maps, and if you do, it says can't unlock map because, you know, Garmin wants you to install theirs. Let me show you when I put this cable back in. Let me zoom in because this is a critical part. You need to see this. So watch this. As I do this, this is maximum zoom. I can't zoom any further. So what you do is you take this cable and slide it into this plug, under this plug. All the way. Make sure it's all the way in, and it's not like, see this, how the cable is bulging here? Because it's too much pressure, and there's too much pressure. Basically, I'm forcing it in, and the cable is bubbling here. It's bulging up. That's how it has to be, and it has to be parallel. When I say parallel, it means the cable cannot be a little bit this way or a little bit this way. It has to be pushed in parallel, and then you lock it like that. So see, the distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to here. So this is a parallel connection. This is a good connection. Now you get a little piece of tape, and the same tape that came from it may not be sticky anymore. This is the tape that came from it. It may not be sticky anymore. So I'm gonna use a fresh tape. So this is the fresh tape, which is too long and too thick. We're gonna cut it in half, and this is a good thickness. I'm gonna put that, there you go, and it's good to go. Now I'm gonna close it, but make sure that you put this back in. This goes in like that. Now, new battery may not have charged, but you know, well, actually it does. Wow, the new battery is charged already. I didn't think it would be charged. Let's see how much charge it has. It's firing up. Wow, it's half charged. It's pretty good. And yeah, so I'm gonna shut it off, close the screws. I'm gonna tighten the screws. So doesn't matter in what order you put the screws, but it is important to fully tighten them. Don't leave them halfway in, and so they will come off if you do that. GPS units are subject to vibration inside vehicles. That's why it's important for the screws to be very tight, and you know, the screws to not to be loose, because then the car is moving or going into a dirt road or something, and before you know it, your GPS is internally falling apart. Once you open this sticker, you increase its length, and then you will have a hard time fitting it in the same opening. It will be bigger because the stretch of the pressure that you took to open it. Okay, this one is ready to rock and roll. And now what I need to do is update the maps and all that. These units will take 2022 maps, the latest maps, any map. Even if it's year 2025, it will take the maps. Okay, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Please make sure to like and subscribe.